People underestimate how good a coach Mike Vrabel is, bro.
They do it every year, man. They underestimate our physicality. They underestimate what a elite run game can do to you. They underestimate what our defense is. They do it every single season. They just think they see Tannehill and our little receiving core and think that we just not gonna win nothing.
People gotta understand as well. I mean, everybody wants to win the Super Bowl. It's a process to get there. When you on a mission or whatever, I mean, you set goals. That's why I always mention, hey man, we need to worry about winning this division, get to the playoffs. Ain't nobody standing for mediocrity. All that foolishness y'all say.
So I got a dream that I'm gonna be at the top of the scene. On every screen, making my presence something to be seen, yeah. I'll make them all see that I could be anything I wanna be. If you got a dream, then you need persistence and lots of belief, yeah. Yo, don't take that negative energy, I replace that. I just wanna be me, I don't fake that. I just wanna be free, yeah, chase that. I got a new obsession, it's helping and teaching and giving everyone a lesson. It's living and winning and building something that's impressive. I don't wanna do the same thing, I wanna be progressive, So I'ma make a new me, a new beast, a true fiend. He's everything that he wants to be. Look in the mirror, what he wants to see is the dude looking back at me. I stay on track, yeah, track things. I'm setting goals, life hacking. I'm steady stacking. I see myself being happy. A better me with a strategy that I'm attacking.
Yes, sir! You know what time it is. Welcome to the Titans Coliseum podcast, man. You already know who I am. I'm in the building with Leonard Firestone Stokely and RJ Reggie Wayne Ellison.
Yo.
How y'all fellas doing, man? It's your icebreaker for the night.
I wasn't ready for this. Oh man!
I see what kind of night it's gonna be.
Hey,
just so disrespectful.
But hey, let me go ahead and introduce y'all to our guest tonight. She's a staff writer for the Win and USA Today Sports. We don't know no other Megan. We don't know no Megan Thee Stallion. We don't know no Megan Good. We know Miss Megan L. Hall. How you doing tonight, man?
I am living the dream. Living the dream. Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for coming on, y'all. But hey, man, we got business to discuss. I mean, we got a divisional matchup this coming weekend. Titans versus Colts. Should be a great one, y'all. And I'm gonna start it off with Megan. Tell the people about yourself, Megan.
Yeah, so as you said, I'm a staff writer with For the Win at USA Today. So a lot of the content that we create is basically what fans are talking about, but we kind of say the quiet parts out loud. So you'll notice if you catch any of our content, shameless plug, ftw.usatoday.com. But it's all essentially what you would be thinking, what you would be saying as a fan, and we write in our own style of voice. That's what I really like. So outside of that, I also write for Colts Wire because, hey, I'm a Colts fan. Know a little bit about football, something light. But that is really what I do full time. Sports is my full-time job. I also have my own company called Hall About Sports as well, where I do a lot of my freelance work, including covering the Atlanta Dream for the WNBA. I've also covered Atlanta United here, the soccer team, about to start covering Atlanta Gladiators, which is the minor league hockey team. So yeah, if it's here in Atlanta, I'm trying to be there and create some coverage. So I really like to highlight athlete stories, who they are as people, really outside the sports. That's really what I like to focus on, those really good nuggets that you might not know just from, watching a game.
That's dope. And hey, Megan, you already know right before we came on, RJ told you they were gonna be in the comments talking trash, and we got one already, man. Shout out to Money Line Mills. Hey, shout out to everybody watching tonight, man. Man, we blessed to have y'all here, but he said he glad to catch us live, tighten up, and F the Colts. How you feel about that,
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm pretty disappointed, man, because I thought there was gonna be way more trash talking these comments, man. And right now, I ain't seeing enough. You know what I'm saying? This Colts week is hate week. It actually ain't hate week, it's hate 24/7. You know what I'm saying? We all hate on the Colts. So
these are actually really on brand for Titans fans, so I'm not shocked by anything. We were called, I think it was last season, somebody called the Colts little brother, and I was like, all right, I see what kind of season it's about to be. So yeah, no, that thing really surprises me at all, and I feel like it would not be Titans week without a little trash talk. So yeah, I see some of these comments. Sorry, Meg. Yeah, it's all good. You're not hurting me. One of the good things about being in media now is that you gotta take things with a grain of salt. My mentions are in shambles all the time, whether I say anything positive or negative. So not that I'm necessarily saying things that are negative, but if people perceive it that way or they don't agree or whatever else, yeah, they're gonna let me know. So
okay, hey, Firestone. Firestone, can you hear me, man?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, man, somebody want to know you still in Nashville?
No, I'm not still in Nashville, but no, I loved it. I love Nashville. I'm definitely gonna be back. That's a vibe. That's a place. But yeah, I'm gonna be back. I love Nashville. I'm already missing it, bro. I ain't even been back in Oklahoma a week, bro. I'm already missing it. So yeah, no, I'll be back.
In Oklahoma, though, that's different. That's new.
I've been with them since the Houston Oilers days, and Oklahoma ain't got no fan or ain't no NFL team. So yeah, I've been with them since the Oilers days.
I mean, closest is probably what, Kansas City, probably somewhere in there. No, okay. No,
everybody else is either Cowboys fans or Chiefs fans. I grew up. My mom was a Dallas Cowboys fan, but that's only because she went to high school with Troy Aikman, and then my dad was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So I got to see they have so much legacy and history with those franchises. But I was a Houston Oilers fan, so when they moved to Tennessee, I was like, I'm just staying with them, going with them. Blue's my favorite color. They two-tone blue. This all just makes sense anyway. I'm just gonna stick with them.
Yeah, I saw a comment. I think Karen asked me if I'm near Indy. I'm actually not. I'm actually here in Atlanta. And I can kind of provide a little context of how I'm a Colts fan in Atlanta. So this will make sense from here in just a second. So I'm actually originally from Houston, Texas. So I get a lot of grief from my family for not being a Texans fan, for not being a Cowboys fan. I just know better. But anyways, no, in all seriousness, no, I grew up watching the boys, the Troy Aikman, the Emmitt Smith era, Michael Irvin, that whole era. But as I got older, started watching more and more football, probably close towards high school. Really just like the way I saw Peyton Manning kind of command the field, just, shred defenses, that sort of thing. They don't call him the sheriff for nothing, of course. So I was really hooked ever since watching the Colts march to the Super Bowl. And so I just stayed, Peyton's gone, Andrew Luck's gone, Anthony Richardson. I've been here through all of that. And I moved to Atlanta in the middle of all of that and kind of stayed here. So as you could probably guess, I got a lot of comments from Falcons fans when the Colts had Matt Ryan, including from my own husband, who is a known hater. Hey, why is my spouse my biggest hater? But yeah, I've lived through it all. So, and no quotes about it from me. So.
You got a fellow Colts fan in the building with you tonight. For the shoe, but it's lighting up over here.
I was about to say you're a brave soul. Brave soul.
I ain't gonna lie, I've lost to every team in this division, but lose to the Colts, man, it just do something to me. You know what I'm saying? It hurts your soul.
If I lost 11 times in a row to the Colts too, I would start talking major trash if I started coming back. So,
see, it's not even the 11th time. There were years during those Andrew Luck years where I felt like the Tennessee Titans were a better football team than the Indianapolis Colts, and we went up there and we lost y'all, and that really used to make me mad.
That's completely fair, right? Like the Titans certainly had a better defensive line at several times during Andrew Luck's tenure. More weapons, of course, than Andrew Luck was playing with, but it's Andrew Luck. It just makes stuff happen. Yeah. So I mean, it just didn't matter where he played the Titans. I mean, it's the exact same way when you ask Texans fans about T.Y. Hilton, they don't want to talk about it because it's just ugly.
No,
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Ms. Megan. How you feel about Ryan Tannehill, man? You know, this 5-1 record against the Colts. You know,
Yeah.
Listen. I'm fine with it. I'm completely fine with it. You'll never see me like throw shade at Tannehill or anything else like that. If you lose, you lose. You just lose. And the thing is, the Colts have been trying to get back to some of that glory days, so to speak, that they had with Andrew Luck. This is definitely a rebuild season for them. They're pleasantly surprising me for a rebuild season. Let me say that, but I'm not gonna be. You're not gonna catch me throwing shade at anybody. The Colts got way too much to work on for me to be out here throwing shots at anybody, let alone Ryan Tannehill or anything else like that.
So when all that when all that JT stuff started happening, how was you feeling seeing him on the side? Not smiling, not happy. Ursay saying like, how was that as a Colts fan to see that? What was your initial reaction when that first broke down?
Yeah, so let me say this. I don't fault either side, really, for their stance, right? Like, I don't fault Jonathan Taylor. I don't fault the Colts either. Where it really bothered me was seeing it all play out in social media and stuff like that. Like, and for him really to do this kind of about face, like nothing happened, very recently. Like, you don't want to talk about the trade. I'm here to play. It's like, Jonathan, we just watched like you and the Colts try to basically not fight in the front yard, right? Like that's kind of what we watched. I'll say this. I was at Colts training camp back in August, had the pleasure of going thanks to Colts Wire. They were able to get me credentials, and I went out there and was able to cover training camp. While I was out there, there was someone who asked me like, hey, what do you think about this JT situation? And I'll say this, it definitely was a different vibe. You could tell his presence was missed not being there at training camp, but everything was still positive. The Colts are, by all accounts, maintaining their stance of like, hey, we like Jonathan Taylor. He's a good guy. We want to pay him. But, obviously they had their timing about it. From Taylor's side, he wasn't wrong either. He wants to be paid now. He felt like he's the top back in the league. You're not going to get any complaints from me from there. But I think it's for both of them. Read the room for both of them. That includes Jim Irsay. That includes the Colts. That includes Jonathan Taylor. Like, this is a situation that could have been handled way better than what it actually was. And so I think everyone's got to learn from that now. But I never believed the guy was getting traded from day one. That's always been my stance. Like, it's a matter of like, hey, he wants to be paid. And I totally get it. But you got to prove yourself again. And as well as the Colts aren't required to pay him just because he wants to be paid. And I think he had to understand that, especially coming off of injury. That's tough.
Okay. So, hey, before we go any further, first and foremost, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, spread the word. The Titans Coliseum podcast. You ain't gonna get no other podcast like this, even though it's some great Titans content creators up out there. We are unique within our style. So, hey, make sure y'all spread the word about us. And we're finna go ahead. Oh, yeah, this too. Make sure y'all give StreamYard permission to use y'all name. I'm tired of saying this, y'all. We trying to acknowledge y'all because we appreciate y'all very much. But give StreamYard permission to show y'all name, and so we can recognize y'all how y'all supposed to be recognized. But yeah, with that being said, man, we finna go ahead and get on down to this old two-tone blue horseshoe business we got on deck for y'all tonight, man. We gonna start off with the injury report. And thankfully for the Titans, I mean, it ain't too much. It ain't too much going on, but we're gonna go ahead. Oh shoot, go ahead,
Boss.
Do your thing. A little light show going on.
But there's nothing going on. But there's a few things.
But yeah, on the Titans side of things, we got Luke Gifford. He's gonna be out with a hamstring. Terry Tart is gonna be out with a knee/toe. Traylon Burks is dealing with a knee. He's going to be out. And NPF, he's back in the building practicing, but he's going to be out. Probably trying to get into football shape. He
I think it's really just conditioning.
Yeah, he gotta get it going. But on the Colts side, and man, Megan, I know you can talk about this a little more, but I mean, the Colts are banged up. They got Shaq Leonard that's out with a groin. Quiddy Pay is out with a concussion. Bernard.
Bernhardt.
Bernhard Raymond is out with a concussion, and JT is questionable with an ankle. And Megan, we're gonna go ahead and address the elephant in the room on the Colts side of things. JT, I know you talked about him a little bit earlier, but elaborate a little bit more about the JT situation. Running Sneed in the building tonight too. He was asking actually, is JT going to play? So talk about that a little bit.
So Shane Steichen talked about it earlier today, and he said, we'll see. Here's my opinion. I think JT actually plays on Sunday. He went through, practice this week. He's healthy, but I actually wrote about this week too. Is like I caution people with the expectations you're going against a very, very, very good Titans defensive line, stout run defense. JT's not had very good success against the Titans as well, even when fully healthy. So I would be stunned if he just came in there and, I don't know, ran for 100 yards. Like, what? Also, he hasn't played football in, over 9 months. So I think at this point, it's going to take some time for him. I think with the other injuries, those are known. The Colts offensive line has been banged up for the last couple of weeks in between injuries and now some concussions. So I think you'll likely see, if I had to guess, it's probably going to be Blake Freeland stepping in at left tackle for Bernhard Raymond. That's a rookie there. So do with that information what you will. And then, Shaq being out with a groin. I mean, I'll say this. You take this with a grain of salt. The Colts have actually really done very well in their linebacking core without Shaq. They've managed to get some really good production out of EJ Speed, and as well as Zaire Franklin, who has been a tackling machine. So I would say I'm worried, but I'm not necessarily that worried because they've been managing without Shaq, as is. Where I do get worried, though, is not necessarily the injury front, but that Colts secondary is a lot of young guys there. So if you're looking for D-Hop, to have a day, this is probably that time. I would think Kenny Moore is probably going to have some heavy responsibilities. Yes, you're right. Kwity Paye being out is a big deal. Kwitty's been having a very solid season, especially after he got switched over to the left side. Some really good production. So the Colts will definitely miss that. But, I mean, you got other people. You got Samson Ebukam. You've got DeForest Buckner, who is now playing. Grover Stewart as well. So, that line will just have to adjust.
Okay. So I feel like you already answered that question right there.
Yeah.
But the bigger loss, Leonard or Paye, and obviously it sounds like it's Paye, and I would agree with that.
I agree too, especially in this matchup, man. I'm so worried about Andre Dillard, and when I seen Kwity Paye not playing, I'm like, he might make it this week. I'm in the group chat telling like, man, like, ain't good as the Kwity Paye not playing. Like Kwity Paye was gonna eat him for lunch. Like,
so let me ask you guys this, and it's just because I haven't really been in the trenches like this following. Like, what is the health like, or what's the offensive line been playing? Have you been pleased with the play of the offensive line this season? Because I know that was a concern in the off season. So what are we looking like? First couple of weeks.
I will say absolutely trash.
Yeah, so I will say that like we've been trying to build that back, and we've had some issues. Like our first round draft pick has been out because he had appendicitis or appendix pulled out, however you say that. So he's been out and he's probably possibly coming back. Dillard at left tackle has not been performing like we was expecting him to and hoping him to. He's just looking like a Dennis Daly 2.0 at this point. It's really what it's looking like. It's really bad at that position. Brewer's doing good at center. We might need to figure out right guard situation, but Chris Hubbard over there on the right tackle has been a real surprise for us. He's been holding out. He's been doing really good holding his ends over there. So it's not where we need it to be, but we're hoping with MPF coming back and then Peter Skoronski coming back after this injury, it's going to get better because hopefully they'll go to that left side, and this left side has been really our weakness for this offensive line. So with you guy being out, we was like, oh, this is great because that was the side we was kind of worried about.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Kwity Paye was going to eat Dillard's lunch. I'm just letting you know, Kwity Paye was going to win that matchup probably 70% of the time, while Dillard may get 30% of the reps he wins. Brunskill, I don't know if you brought up Brunskill. Brunskill's been okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's been straight in the run game. Yeah, it's better than, it's about where Nate Davis was last year. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just say that our offensive line is a little bit better than it was last year, but it isn't that much better, And I just feel like in this game, man, it's gonna come down to can we establish this run game, because Tannehill, if the run game ain't there, has been awful. You know what I'm saying? But when the run game is there, he's had good games. You know, so
Yeah.
it
We
comes
got to
down
be able
the
to
run
play
game.
off that play. Yeah, we got to be able to play off that play action, and we can't run a play action without an effective run game. So, but man, Tannehill does beautiful. Once we get them linebackers second guessing whether if Henry really got the ball or if Tannehill's throwing it, bro, that's when we can make our big plays down the field.
I think the two players that may step up in this game, that I mean, Colts fans that don't really know much about the Titans will probably step up, will be, in my opinion, Tajay Spears, who's our backup running back, and
From Tulane,
Nick. And the name that I keep telling folks, and they didn't want him on the team last year, but Nick Westbrook-Akina, I'm telling you now,
not NWI.
Had to get
he
it up
does
in
good
there.
against the Indianapolis
President of
Colts.
the NWI fan club.
NWI does good against the Colts. If you go back and watch us play the Colts over time, Nick Westbrook-Akina always has good plays against the Colts. Every time. I don't know what it is. It's because he's coming back home to Indiana. I don't know what it is. He's always been a Colt killer.
Bruh, I can't say nothing against it because like NWI has been showing up. He's caught Ryan Tannehill's only 2 touchdown passes this year is NWI has caught them. NWI has shown up, getting open when we need him on third downs. He gets it. And that last touchdown against Cincinnati, that was just a short, crossing route. He took the ball, not only got the first down, but then took it to 3 defenders at the goal line to push through to get another touchdown. So, bro, he has been showing out this year. And he's looking like a solid number 3 wide receiver out there with D-Hop. Traylon's been out now, but D-Hop, Chris Moore, and NWI, man, they've been out there making some plays this year. It's been very impressive.
Okay, so we're gonna scratch the surface a little bit more with this two-tone business because y'all brought up NWI and his reliability. Traylon Burks, on the other hand, I mean, the games he played, he been very lackluster, and now he's out for the second week in a row. Him and Tierra Tart, and I'm gonna start it off with RJ, man. What are your thoughts about Traylon Burks right now, man?
I mean, he's starting to show a trend of what he had last year, man. He just can't stay on the field, man. I mean, but when he's on the field, I feel like he's doing fine. I mean, he does drop a couple balls, but man, he's gonna get healthy, man. Like every time it's an injury with him, and it's like he can't stay on the field. But if he's not at 100%, I also don't want him out there. You know what I'm saying? So if he's not at 100%, I don't want him out there. I think Chris Moore has done a good job. I think Nick Westbrook-Akina has done a good job, and so has DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, you expect that from DeAndre Hopkins, but the other receivers have stepped up, and I like both our tight ends because Josh Wiley started making some catches too. So, like I said, people have stepped up in his play, but how long can this go? You get what I'm saying? Because sooner or later we need Traylon Burks. Traylon Burks is a guy that can pretty much do it all. He can do AJ Brown stuff, but he's not as good as AJ Brown. He can take a slant to the house. He can run deep balls. He can make big catches. But like I said, he's not as consistent as AJ Brown is. But he's very similar to him in terms of style of play.
Yeah,
right,
and for me,
before you get started, answer this question right here as well. Do you think Burks will be another DGB or Kenny Britt?
I don't feel like DGB and Kenny Britt should be in the same conversation at all whatsoever, bro. Like Kenny Britt's last year's wasn't the greatest, but Kenny Britt has been one of our best wide receivers in this franchise after Derek Mason, but and Dyson. But Kenny Britt was a solid wide receiver for us for a good amount of time. DGB was never showed up to be what he was. But that's kind of the question right now. I think is Traylon another DGB? That's a good question right now. I don't think so because I still think there's time to show and prove. But I've had those concerns because even though these ain't big injuries, you're not on the field. And one of the biggest things we need for young wide receivers is to get chemistry with their quarterback. And if you're missing all this time, you're not getting chemistry with Ryan Tannehill, which has been one of our biggest concerns and question marks too on Tannehill. Is like, well, you're missing wide receivers when they're open. You're not making the throw. Well, how are you supposed to do that when you're not getting chemistry down with the wide receiver and they're not on the field consistently either? So it's like, that's why my biggest concern, I kept saying all offseason, is like, how well is Traylon going to show up? Are we going to have the consistency, or is he going to be able to get on the field so Tannehill knows what his speed's like, how he likes to run routes, or is he going to keep being, a spotty player here and there? We got it, but we still ain't got a full season out this dude. It still feels like it's a rookie year again with him. And to your point, we're kind of good at the wide receiver position now. We're not in such a bad situation where last year, like, we needed you to play last year. But we got Hopkins, we got Moore, we got NWI showing up. Kyle Phillips come back. Hopefully you can do something in the slot. So we don't really need you to get out there. So if you're not healthy, get healthy. But we also need you to start staying on the field and getting some consistency and some chemistry down, because we're expecting you to be a guy that goes out there and be a playmaker for us.
Facts. Good stuff, fellas. Good stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this horseshoe business, because we got a member of the Horseshoe Nation in the building. If you just joined us, we got Miss Megan Hall with us tonight. She's gonna be chopping it up about the Colts, and we're gonna talk a little Anthony Richardson. Yeah. Because Anthony Richardson, I'm not gonna lie, this dude right here, I can't say that I'm not concerned with Anthony Richardson, because I mean, you gotta expect the unexpected when you dealing with a rookie quarterback. And to me, honest to God, true, from what I saw, he's ahead of schedule. I mean, I'm just gonna call it how I see it. I mean, I thought Gardner Minshew was gonna be starting at first, but they
he played good too.
I thought that, but Anthony Richardson, he came in, put in the work. He's starting. He's looking like he's on a good path. So, so how has he looked? How has he looked to you so far?
Yeah, so let me say this. I did get to see Anthony Richardson in person at training camp, and he is a very large human being. So let me say that. Yeah. He does not look like a quarterback whatsoever. He looks like a gigantic tight end. But when you watch him play, like, the acceleration is certainly there when he's able to take off. Can throw some beautiful balls, like beautiful footballs, like just pinpoint, footballs. I think, of course, as you mentioned, you got to live with the rookie, right? And him, like, you get the up and down throws and things like that. But I'll say this: in the first couple of weeks, I think he answered some of the questions in terms of can he hit the intermediate stuff? Can he hit the things that are 15 yards in front of him, 20 yards in front of him? That was a lot of the question, because obviously you had seen, from his college career, he could hit those deep balls, but he couldn't hit the 10-yard out or the 6-yard crosser or things like that. And he's been able to do that. Shane Steichen has really opened up the playbook for him and done some really nice things for his confidence in terms of getting in some good throws. One of the things that I think that you've been sorely missing since the days of Andrew Luck is the tight end play. And Anthony Richardson has brought that back. That is Kylan Granson. That's Drew Ogletree. I really, really want to see the tight end room get a little bit more healthy, because, there's some good things happening there. And then you see him, throwing some really good footballs to Michael Pittman Jr., which has been really nice. Like, I will say this. I was pleasantly surprised. The Colts have kind of come out, to be winning games at this stage is really like, oh, okay, we're ahead of the schedule I even had for you guys, because I had 6 games on the season, and that could still happen. I mean, hey, I don't know. The Colts could hit, they could hit a slide. I still don't know that. But, to be coming out and with a win against the Ravens is like, oh, okay, all right. And even a win against the Texans was a little surprising to me, just how dominant it was before he got hurt. Before he had that concussion. Like, I mean, he took off like nobody was even in the backfield and gashed that Texans defense like nobody's business. So, and was throwing the ball down the field too, so I didn't even know what to say. I think for me, he was the guy that arguably had the most questions about him. And he's played up until recently, CJ Stroud's obviously played lights out for, rookie quarterback. But in my opinion, I thought that he had, played the best I had seen, and of course he missed the game. So CJ Stroud is now kind of taking that reins over. But Bryce Young has looked like deer in the headlights. It's very ugly in Carolina right now. So for Anthony Richardson not to be that conversation, because he was the talk of all offseason about, the Colts risking it all essentially to bet on this guy, like, I'm pretty pleased from what I've seen. And the thing is, like I tell fans all the time, like, you take what he gives you, right? Like, I didn't have any expectations. The Colts are probably going to make the playoffs or things like that. Like, I would be stunned. So let me say that. So let me knock on every piece of wood possible. But I didn't have them making the playoffs or things like that. Like, just enjoy the season. You're in a rebuild mode. Like, you got to see what's happening. But for them to be at the top of the division after 4 weeks is like, what is even happening right now? It's early, obviously. Like, right? Like, take that with a grain of salt, please. Do don't take anything I'm saying like seriously. But I didn't have the Colts at 2-2. I didn't at all. I had them. I was like, oh, they're probably going to start like 0-4. Maybe they'll pull off a win somewhere in here. They're going to sneak one of these, divisional wins. And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. I mean, I didn't say 0-4, but I definitely was like, okay, they're going to be
I for sure said 0-4. Yeah. Because the thing is, like, it was so bad, I really didn't know what to expect. Like, obviously, I think Shane Steichen has done some miracles or things like that. But you got to know what you've been dealing with for the last couple seasons with the Colts. Horrific play calling, not utilizing players, like things like that. So it was a lot to overcome in a short amount of time to be able to do that. So, yeah, I was like, okay, so you got 9 new faces on the coaching staff. You have nearly a revamped kind of offense here. Your secondary is literally Kenny Moore and a bunch of rookies. And maybe some special team guys. But, yeah, like, they might be fun, but they might not win a whole lot of games, right? So for them to come out and still be competitive, and heck, they even gave the Jags more than they could handle for most of that game too. So, again, pretty pleased with what I've seen out of Anthony Richardson. Even if he makes a mistake, he comes right back. He's throwing down the field. He's trusting his instincts. Like, I really am honestly pleasantly surprised and grateful that at least it gives you hope for what the Colts could bring in the future.
Yeah, I watched that Rams and Colts game too, and I will say this, man, that was just the Colts defense that lost them that game because I mean, Anthony Richardson and the offense, I mean, they done what they needed to do to get the Colts back in the game, but I mean, unfortunately for y'all, the Rams, they got the ball first going up against that Colts defense that's been struggling, and Stafford, man, and that rookie, man, I can't get his name out right now, but man, he put Puka, he put on a hell of a show.
Complete dog.
That dude is an animal, man. I mean, it's gonna come down to him and CJ Stroud at this point for Rookie of the Year. Like,
it literally might. It might.
Yeah, like they're ridiculous. And I've watched film on the Colts. I took the time. I'm like, I want to make sure I know about my opponent before I play him. And one thing I have noticed is, man, we got to do something about Anthony Richardson running. I feel like if we could take his running away from y'all, maybe we can force a mistake. Maybe we can get some rookie mistakes out of him. But man, when he take off running, man, because I'm a Vols fan. I played him when he was at Florida. This dude is so hard to bring down. I mean, you got to wrap him up and hope the cavalry comes to bring him down. That dude it's like you got
to bring down because of the size, and then again, I'll tell people all the time, like watching his acceleration, like mid play, it's crazy to watch in real time. Like it doesn't even seem human how he does that. So good luck to anybody on the other side trying to bring that guy down because
yeah, most definitely. And I've given him a lot of props even on this show. When we was doing the draft process, I was like, look, if you watch Anthony Richardson tape, he looks like the best quarterback in his draft. But it's like, why? Why is he not the number one pick? You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the other. And it was because I felt like Florida was holding him back, man. And it looked like Shane Steichen, and he's like, okay, we're gonna put you in the Jalen Hurts type offense. We're gonna let you sling it out and be you. You know what I'm saying? And that was the best thing they could have done.
Yeah.
Bro, I just feel like this is a defensive line he hasn't seen, and I do worry about his mobility, but we got a D line that can kind of at least have a fighting chance. You got Key and Landry on the outside, all right? Just stay on the outside, contain, push everything back inside. Once you push everything back inside, we got Autry, we got Simmons on the inside, and then Al-Shazir has been playing great run defense this year and just attacking the ball and getting through gaps. So that's just going to have to be the strategy. We can't let Richardson get on the outside. We got to contain him and push everything back inside, and then force him to make throws under pressures and hope that he makes rookie mistakes. If we let him get outside that pocket and roll out, bro, we're going to be in trouble at that point because our DBs don't come and pursue and make tackles, and that's not the people we want trying to tackle Anthony Richardson in this game. We want our linebackers and our D-lines getting on this man, all right? So, man, keep that contained outside, push everything back inside. Let our run defense do what they do, and I really don't think the wide receivers will really have that good of a day against us as long as we can keep pressure on Anthony Richardson and start getting people in his throwing lanes and make him have to make some veteran plays, because that's the question in the draft for him was his throwing. Can he see lanes when pressure comes? Can he actually get the ball off? So let's test that, because I don't want to test his legs. He got that, bro. He's going to run all over us if we let him.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I would say this. He's been stepping up very nicely into pressure as of late. There was a throw from the last game. And by the way, I'm glad I didn't watch that game live because I probably would have been pulling out my hair. So I was actually attending a wedding and couldn't watch that game. So I had to watch it after the fact. But there's a throw that he made where he literally, I mean, Aaron Donald is practically in his lap. And he steps up, throws over Donald, over someone else into traffic, and zips a ball like right in. And I was like, that is a big boy throw right there.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have advised that throw at all. No, please do not throw that. Do not throw that. But he made it happen. I think the other thing that works in his favor is he's got a quick zip on his football, so he can make those kinds of throws. Like, not everybody cannot say that. Someone said it's 41-17 Titans. I'm saying that now.
I was like, what?
Noted.
They coming in confident as hell, more confident than me.
Hey, listen. I'll say noted, and I'll say this: nobody thought the Colts were going to beat the Chiefs last year either, but I called that one and called it openly, and people laughed and like blew up my mentions and everything else. But I knew what I was talking about. So, hey, just saying, anything can happen on Sunday. As you just clearly saw, the Bears dismantled the Commanders like it was nothing. So
man, that was ugly for the Commanders.
Any given day. So I'm just saying, didn't Titans beat the Bengals too? Like, come on now. Anything could happen.
I'm glad you said that, because now after we blew them out like that, everybody in my phone talking about, man, it's because he hurt. I'm like, y'all was telling that we were finna lose before the game. What you mean?
No, I mean, let me be really clear. I had the Bengals winning that game, but not necessarily like, oh, the Bengals were just gonna blow out the Titans. Like, no, I figured it was probably gonna be an ugly, like, disgusting, like 16-13 field goal, like, war. Like, something like that. So I was like, okay, like, I think the Bengals, but I think it's gonna be really like ugly, like, right? Like, somebody's gonna score like one touchdown and that's it. But for y'all to go in there and like completely dismantle the Bengals, like, yeah, that speaks a lot to the grittiness of the Titans. So and again, it's any Sunday. Like, you could go in there and have all the confidence in the world. And, again, as we just saw last night, like, the Bears were like, what record? Excuse me?
You catch the team on the wrong day, man. It's a wrap. And that's why, I honestly was hoping y'all won, just because you guys are going to be mad because you lost that game coming in this one. And then, I mean, we see the trash talk from Arden Key to EJ Speed. I don't know if you saw what EJ Speed said.
We're gonna get to it.
Okay. My bad. We're gonna get to it later.
Y'all, I've been in the trenches for the last couple of days, so I'm trying to like come up for air and get. I
don't think we don't have an Arden Key one, do we? Morocco. We don't have an Arden Key, right?
No, we don't have the Arden Key.
I'll just say what Arden Key. Arden Key basically said that, look, he knows the Colts are gonna play. He's like, look, we done beat them 5 times in a row. He said, of course they're gonna be ready to play. You know what I'm saying? Then he said, look, Anthony Richardson, this, that, he's good, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, he's still a rookie. And I'm like, oh Lord, but why you say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get he a rookie, but he ain't no just normal rookie. Like,
bro, that just tells me that they're gonna force him to, into decisions that is going to make you forced to have those veteran decision making. So we're going to force you into positions that's going to make you have to use your football IQ, and you might beat us, but that's where we're going to challenge you at, because that's the only weakness we find on that. So Bro, I'm not too mad at Arden Key saying something like that. At least it's not what EJ Speed is out here saying and shit, bro. That shit's putting your foot in your mouth.
Giving us bulletin board material. But I mean, even
Right.
Kevin Byard, he threw a shot too, man. Like this Titans coach, it's a rivalry, man. As much as the fans don't go say it ain't a rivalry,
to be
it's a
fair,
rivalry.
EJ Speed is nothing but consistent when it comes to trash talk. He doesn't care who you are. He's gonna say his thoughts. He got into it with the Eagles during the joint practices. This past offseason, like the man's goes, I'm not defending him what he's saying, but I'm just saying he is consistent in his trash talk. He don't care who's on the other side.
He should have picked somebody else.
Kevin Byard even took a shot, man. They were talking about on Good Morning Football. He was on Good Morning Football. You know what I'm saying, today with Jason McCourty and all them. And like basically, like they were talking about all this. So I didn't know if you saw the drumline celebration, Megan. Did you see the drumline celebration after we got the turnover?
Yeah,
so we did that. This, that, and the other. It was like, you got any more celebrations? Set up. He was like, oh yeah. He's like Friday's the day that we usually set up our turnover celebration. This, that, and the other. He was like, we always got a backup one because we might get multiple turnovers. He was like, yeah, I'm planning on getting a turnover this week. And he's like, honestly, I'm planning on getting multiple turnovers this week. And I'm like, I'm like, man, we writing some checks out here. So,
it's definitely up, man. It is up, but yeah, we definitely about to get to it. But just to come back to AR5, man. What oh God, I lost my question for a second. But what does he need to do to pull out a win against the Titans?
Yeah, so I think he's got to be definitely smart with the football. That's the first thing, obviously, with turnovers, being something that could come. I think here's the other thing, like Titans D-line's obviously going to bring that pressure, right? Danico Autry has been the stuff of nightmares from the Titans side ever since he was, ever since he left the Colts to go to the Titans. And that's been one of those things I think Chris Ballard is probably like, oof. Should have kept that dude. But I think, honestly, he's got to be smart, be quick with the football. Like, here's the thing. You don't have to have the dynamic plays. It doesn't have to be 40 yards down the field or anything else like that, right? It can be the short, quick dump offs, things like that. Like, go through your progression, go through your reads, take what the defense gives you. I think that is the recipe there. Now, here's the thing on what I will say. If the Colts can get some balls going downfield, if you can get Alec Pierce involved in a 50-50 jump ball, which Colts fans have been waiting to see for weeks, it feels like now. Yeah, I think that is helpful.
Get a chance if we don't get no pressure, because good Lord, we know that the Titans cornerbacks are out there tossing ass. Christian Fulton, to be specific. I mean, Sean Murphy-Bunting, he's been, decent, but it's mainly Fulton. I mean, I was looking at a stat on Fulton earlier today, and they had Fulton ranked like, the 101st cornerback in the league right now, something like that. I mean, it's been ridiculous. I mean.
So, I mean, let me say this. I think, if you're concerned about your cornerback play, like I think Colts fans are probably concerned about their cornerback play too. I mean, listen, they're rookies. They're trying to hold it down, that sort of thing. But again, this is a decision Chris Ballard made last offseason, was to go younger at corner. Obviously, you saw that Stephon Gilmore went to Dallas. Brandon Facyson is back to Las Vegas. And they, rolling with folks there. They just took an injury with Dallas Flowers being out for the year. So it's like next man up sort of situation. So things could get very ugly in that regard. Here's the thing. And I'm going to say this. Now y'all probably won't like this. Maybe you will, but I would love to see just a shootout between Ryan Tannehill and Anthony Richardson, like going toe to toe.
No.
Like that would be great. That probably might unravel some Titans fans.
Ugly.
I'm here for the chaos. Little sprinkle of chaos there.
Yeah,
like
I'm here for the chaos. Keep it ugly and boring.
I don't need no more health scares outside.
Ugly and boring.
These comments was like, nope.
See, I'm a Tannehill fan. They not so much sold. They just hope every week he just gets us through. I see Tannehill for what he is, and I believe we can win with him. He's a game manager and a good quarterback. He's not elite, top tier, but he can get us there and believe. But I have no problem. As long as we can protect Tannehill and he's not throwing under pressure, he makes throws, but once we put him under pressure, yeah, that's when he starts fucking up and throwing picks and shit. But I don't think that's this game. Like this, if we're gonna have a shootout and we let Tannehill go throw a lot in a game and he's gonna be successful, it's gonna be this game the way the Colts DBs are, bro. They was letting, bro. How many catches did Puka catch? Like how they targeted the same dude how many times and they still couldn't stop him. And his name wasn't Cup.
Three or something like that.
So
Man,
let me say
Puka
this:
though, man. Puka nice.
Terrell Baker had a really great training camp, but he has not looked great in games, and he's gotten burned a couple times in these games. So again, you're playing with that secondary is Kenny Moore, rookies, and then guys who have been playing special teams and only filled in a quarterback here and there. So that's kind of where you're at, right? So it's going to be ugly. Like I would not be shocked to see NWI go off. Not shocked to see what's the other guy? Phillips, I think you guys have.
Yeah.
Go
If he
off.
comes back.
Of course, D-Hop, go off. Yeah, if he comes back for things like I would not be shocked to see those sort of things in this game and the next time you play the Titans. Not shocked at all. Like I kind of have come to expect it where the Colts can help themselves if they are able to get pressure with DeForest Buckner, with Grover, with some blitzing and that sort of thing, blitzing your corners, blitzing your safeties, that sort of thing. Like that's where Gus Bradley's going to have to get very, very creative in that regard. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, give me a shootout. Why not? Hey, I like a little razzle dazzle. Y'all might not, but I'm here for the chaos.
Hey, I do like how they put Jeffrey Simmons in the offense last week, and I do expect to see some more of that. I do think that play was supposed to go to Simmons, but they covered Simmons, so I think Henry just went to the second reading and got the tight end. But I think that play was designed for Simmons.
I mean, very transparently, my fantasy team thanks Derrick Henry for his contributions and his touchdown. So thankful. Appreciate you, my guy. So.
That man said he's a young Peyton Manning. That's what he said.
RJ.
Yeah.
RJ.
Hey, he said it, not me. He said not me. Even they even showed Peyton Manning. He said, "Yeah, well, I guess I'm a young Derrick Henry." They just showed Peyton Manning.
Oh my god,
that's hilarious.
Well, he's thrown like 8 touchdowns in his career, something like that.
He's thrown 4.
Yeah.
Four.
He's 7 for. He's only thrown the ball 8 times, so he's 7 for 8, 4 touchdowns.
Okay,
yeah,
4 touchdowns. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
28 yards.
Perfect passer rate.
It's nasty.
Yeah, man. Henry is the ultimate red zone threat.
Yeah.
I mean, Derrick
Yeah,
Henry is Derrick Henry, and he is one of one. So let me say this, and then I definitely got to run, guys. I actually have another podcast I got to do myself.
Okay.
But he is one of one, and in my opinion, I'll say this, I'm making it very clear for everybody because we get this comment all the time. Derrick Henry, in my opinion, is better than Jonathan Taylor. We know that for a fact. I'm just putting it out there for
Your
for
fellow
Titans
fans don't know
here.
that, though.
Yeah, well, listen. RJ knows I'm probably one of the most even kill just hey, we objective Colts fans there is. Like I know I call it like I see it, and that's on my team, anybody else's team. Like I call it like I see it. But Derrick Henry is one of one. He is a complete stud. Also saw him in person last year. I was at that Titans-Texans game in person. I watched him run for 200-plus yards, all over the Texas defense. And he looks like a linebacker playing running back. And that is from where I was sitting all the way up in the bleed section. And, yeah, massive human being who, you expect to do crazy things like that. So.
Okay, cool. So, man, before you get up out of here, thank you for coming through, most definitely.
Absolutely.
Tell the people where they can find you so they can come talk their shit to you.
Well, you're mostly gonna find me on Twitter. That is where I do a lot of my damage. It's at its Megan MEGHANL Hall. You can also find me at hallaboutsports.com. That's my brand. That's all of my coverage. That's all of my rants. If I feel like writing about something, go ahead and give me a follow there. Let me know what you think about the content. You can also find me on ftw.usatoday.com. That's all of my content with For the Win. So I'm writing football, basketball, baseball, anything else like that. So let me know.
Cool. Well, it was nice having you, Meg. You stay blessed and enjoy the weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. I appreciate
Enjoy the loss. Yeah, enjoy the loss.
I was gonna let him make it, Firestone.
Hold on, before you go, we need a score prediction. What do you got for
score prediction?
Yeah,
So I actually do have the Colts winning this one in a random, like, hey, I felt like maybe the Colts could possibly pull off an upset. They are my upset pick of the week. But if you want me to give a score, I'm going to say 28-24. Like, I don't think it'll be a blowout or anything else like that. I really don't. Like I said, y'all don't want the throwing back and forth with Tannehill, but I'm here for it. So yeah, give them the Colts in an upset. This is one of their wins I had on their schedule that could be an upset. Like hey, if it doesn't happen here, it could happen in Nashville, of course. They tend to play better in Nashville for whatever reason, but not as of late, obviously. But this is Shane Steichen era, so I was like, hey, why not give me the upset? So.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and let you rock and roll then, Meg. Nice talking to you.
Yeah,
like I said, have a great weekend and stay blessed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you guys want me to come back on for the next Titans Colts, I'm happy to talk that too.
Perfect. That would be yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, thanks guys. Appreciate you.
Yep, you have a good one.
Right.
Thanks.
So yeah, man, as y'all can see, man, this the Titans Coliseum podcast, but hey, it's always great to have somebody on that's, behind enemy lines or whatnot, however you say it. But yeah, definitely some great information from Megan. But yeah, man, we gonna go ahead and keep this thing rolling. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but these Titan and Colts players, they've been clapping at each other. It's definitely up. It's smoke in the air. And we're going to handle that motherfucking smoke come Sunday. Trust and believe we're going to handle that motherfucking smoke come Sunday. But, Derrick Henry and EJ Speed, man. EJ Speed came out and, said everything he said. He actually had a lot to say, if we can get that pulled up, y'all can see, man. Yeah, man, this dude right here, he just had the most to say. He had Derrick Henry's name in his mouth a lot. And honestly, if you ask me, I mean, the king licking his chops at all of that right now, man. And we gonna go ahead and get into the video of Derrick Henry's response to all the foolishness from EJ Speed.
Some of the talk out of that locker room is they don't have to get themselves hyped up to play you guys. They feel like you guys have to get yourselves hyped up to play them. Well, what do you make of those comments?
That's how they feel. Still got a lot of good play. That's how they feel. That's how they feel. We'll see on Sunday.
You have a feel for
Yeah,
I love Derrick Henry, bro.
It's like, I'm not about to give them no soundbite, no fuel for this. Nah, they done gave us our fuel. I ain't about to give them it in return. Hell no.
He's smarter than that. But yeah, man, Firestone, we're gonna start off with you, fella. Was it smart for EJ Speed to go after Derrick Henry?
Absolutely not. If I can recall, not too long ago, another DB kind of made this same remark, right? And I believe he played for the Ravens. I believe he's a future Hall of Famer. And he said, I don't know what the big deal is. People just don't want to tackle Derrick Henry. And I believe the next game, Derrick Henry stiff-armed him so bad that he had to turn around, and then Derrick Henry pushed him in the back and said, block for me. All right? So don't you come over here and talk this trash, or you will look stupid. Not only will he stiff arm you, he will use you as a lead blocker when you come talking that smack. I expect Henry to come out here and be looking for EJ every down. Like, all right, where you at? Because you going to catch one. Bruh, Josh Norman caught one. Earl Thomas caught one. Guess what, EJ? You about to catch you one, too. And you going to see it on Angry Runs with Kyle Brandt on Good Morning Football on Monday. So be ready for it, bruh. It's not smart. Don't call out the linebacker that runs like that was a running back that stiff arms everybody out the stadiums and humiliates grown men in front of their wives and children and mama on Sundays. Don't do that, bro.
RJ, how you feeling about? I already know how you feeling about it, but go ahead and tell the people how you feel about the foolishness that's coming out of EJ Speed's mouth.
Boy, they don't fucked up. They don't fucked up. Yeah. Is this gonna be Derrick Henry's first 200-yard game against the Colts? I mean, that's all I would say. Hey, look, I remember that when I think it was like Justin Blackman. Didn't he say they coming to tackle Derrick Henry just for watch his best defender get knocked the hell out? Then he got stiff arm, like trying to tackle Derrick Henry. Like, had they not learned a lesson? Like, I feel like the Colts got amnesia. I feel like these little record books that they keep looking at, this keeps making them forget. The Tennessee Titans have been whooping the Colts ass for the past 5 years, man. I mean, past 3 years. We have been whooping their ass. Since Mike Vrabel has been the head coach, we have been whooping their ass. And most definitely. And we're gonna keep whooping their ass, bro, until they finally put some respect on us. Like they still ain't out yet.
Right. Facts.
Facts, man. Yeah, man. It definitely wasn't a smart thing for EJ Speed to run his mouth. I mean, sure enough, the Titans players have been, talking they talk too, but at the same time, they ain't just walking around there poking no bears like EJ Speed doing. I mean, shoot, he a smart guy. Shit, he made it to the NFL. So he already know what he was getting himself into by saying this shit. And if he ain't a believer, like Firestone said, he need to go back and look at tape of what Derrick Henry done to that future Hall of Famer. He turned that future Hall of Famer into a member of the Tennessee Titans. And off subject from Derrick Henry, man, I mean, when you poke bears around here, it don't end well. And I mean, I'm thinking back right now to man, Mariota and Barry Church. You see what Mariota done to Barry Church? That's that Derrick Henry effect, man. I mean, we known for stiff arming and bullying the prime out of dudes. Look at Shaq Leonard. We got Megan out the building, y'all. Hey, Megan Hall was definitely a great guest, but hey, this the Tennessee Coliseum podcast. We got to keep it funky on here. But Darius Leonard, I call him Darius. Fuck all that Shaq shit. He Darius. Darius Leonard ain't been right ever since Derrick Henry knocked the prime out of that dude. And now EJ Speed coming up here saying that, we got to get ourselves hyped up, and Derrick Henry, you just got to tackle him like anybody else, man. This shit ain't finna. This is not finna end well. It is really not, man. But y'all get in them comments and let us know, man. How y'all feel about that situation, man? How is it gonna end for young EJ Speed? I mean, he's gonna make a name for himself regardless. It's just whether his name will be all over sports. It's gonna be all over Sports Center. But will he be the one making the angry play, or will he be the one with his name on the tombstone?
Bro, it's gonna be on Tombstone, bro. And I just think of like when that Earl Thomas or like when the Josh Norman, every time when Derrick Henry stiffs somebody, you can always see them kind of like in their face mask looking at their teammates. And all I could hear or all I could think that they're saying is like that Kevin Hart bit where it's like, help me. Like, it's like, you talk all this trash. Like, nah, bro, I'm business decisions around here. I ain't about to look like that.
This is what they get, man. That fourth quarter gonna come and they're gonna be worn out. They're gonna be worn out, but we coming to run that football.
Hey, D, you said it just right too, man. Who is this dude? I mean, who is this brother? I mean, shoot, man. He coming in talking real strong, but I don't think he should know what when he on the field when Darius Leonard got the life knocked out of him. I mean, come on.
They totally got him, bro. The Colts got amnesia, bro. I'm convinced that whole franchise has amnesia. They just forgot. They forgot, bro.
Man, running, man. Somebody need to roll that beautiful beam footage for EJ Speed, man, because clearly, man, that dude right there, he may not have been paying attention to what Derrick Henry's been doing the last few years to Colts. I mean, it took it honestly took Derrick Henry to get injured for him not to have a good game against the Colts. Other than that, this man been running all over them, and I pretty much expect the same thing Sunday. I mean, the Colts run defense, I mean, it is poor, along with their secondary is poor. But we gonna get into all of that, man. Right, he said, "Police help! Police help!" Is EJ Speed going? Is what EJ Speed going to be saying, man? I mean, shoot, is he really gonna be able to say anything though after Derrick Henry put him in the dirt? I don't think he will.
No, not at all, bro.
He has better speed to tackle Derrick Henry. I mean, he got the last name to tackle Derrick Henry, but I mean, do he got it in his heart? Do he got it inside of here to go up against the king? I don't think he do.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see though.
We'll
But shoot, you want to go ahead and jump into these keys to victory?
Yeah, most definitely, man. We're gonna get to the keys to victory, man. I mean, shoot, you already know what the Titans got to do to handle business. But my key to victory is turn AR5 into a pocket passer, which is key. I mean, if you let this dude get outside the pocket, that's when all hell is going to break loose. That's when our cornerbacks are going to be subjected to what he does the best at, which is extend plays, make plays with his legs. I mean, it'll get ugly if they don't keep him inside the pocket and take advantage of the poor run defense of the Colts. I mean, the Colts, they giving it up right now in the run game, man. And Derrick Henry, man, I'm looking for a big day from Derrick Henry, and I'm also looking for Tajay Spears to continue his great rookie season that he's been having too. I mean, shoot, man, I know somebody hollered out they don't want to see the run pass thing or whatever. But man, look, man, if the Titans toting that rock, if they averaging 4 yards to carry, I'll even give them the high threes. If they, you know what I'm saying, come out running the ball effectively against the Colts, hell yeah, run it down their motherfucking throat and then pop their ass upside the head when they get to overcommitting. But RJ, go ahead and get to your keys of victory.
No, I think the main thing is obviously with the Tennessee Titans, establish the run, man, from the beginning. But as soon as we come out there, run, pass. Exactly, we got to let them know from the jump that we coming to run this football. Because if we run the ball well, our offense moves smoothly. Tim Kelly can dial up play action. We can keep them off balance. When the Tennessee Titans are on schedule, we're one of the hardest teams to beat in the NFL. But when we're off schedule, we're one of the easiest teams to beat in the NFL. That's the downside of this team. So obviously, establish the run, protect the football. I keep saying that, and I think we've done a good job outside of the Saints game. We've done a good job protecting the football, but this game we have to protect the football because we cannot give an inferior team like the Indianapolis Colts more possessions than what they actually going to get in this game. If you give them more possessions, they're going to beat us. It's a division game. Anybody can win a division game. So that's my keys to victory. Let's go ahead and get this dub.
Yes, sir. Fire off on all cylinders, homeboy.
Yeah, no, so kind of just piggyback what y'all was saying, like stay unpredictable on offense, kind of like we had in the Bengals game, right? We had a well-balanced passing attack, run attack, play action. We didn't necessarily make it seem like what we were doing. They couldn't read us, right? So just be unpredictable on the offense out there. Keep them second guessing what we're going to do, and that helps us, and that helps give Tannehill time to throw when he needs to throw, and it gives lanes opening for Derrick Henry. So let's repeat what we did in the Bengals game. And then for me, for on defense, is take away the run game. But there's also a little bit of offense for me too, right? Let's take away the run game by getting out there and getting to an early lead. All right, let's put them in situations where they have to throw. Like, okay, yeah, maybe Taylor does go play and he goes run. Yeah, maybe AR can go out there and run. But let's get up to a quick early lead so that running don't matter, that they feel like they have to pass and they have to go long and they have to go deep to get caught back up into this game. So let's go out there early, establish that run, be unpredictable. Let's go get some touchdowns and go get up 14-0 real quick and put them in a position where they feel like they got to do more than they have to, and let's make this rookie quarterback go out there and make some rookie decisions and mistakes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I mean, it should be a great game, man. We gonna get into some of these comments too, y'all, because y'all been tearing it up in the comment section. Appreciate everybody watching out there and commenting as well, man. Moneyline Mill said, I want to ask you guys, who we putting in the pack after we beat the Colts? Oh, that's a good question, man. We gotta roll up that speed pack, man. We gotta roll up that speed ball, man. How y'all feeling about that one, fellas?
Yeah, we're gonna put EJ Speed in the pack, man. Hey, make sure we find a good little picture of EJ Speed or whatever dude name is.
I got
What's his
you.
name, like Edwin Edgar. What was the dude's real name? They laughing at him. We're gonna put him in the pack. And we most definitely we're gonna smoke it. I'm gonna be smoking right there wherever we watching the damn game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, Darius, man. Darius and Shaq are two different people. I feel like Darius is the guy before he officially met Derrick Henry. Shaq is the guy that he is right now, which is, unavailable, especially when it comes to Derrick Henry. So, but let's go ahead and move to the next comment. Didn't Henry smash EJ Speed last year? I mean, shoot, Derrick Henry, he done gave so many dudes the business, especially with the Colts, man. I mean, he probably have got dang and put him in the dirt before, but I mean, clearly the guy's delusional. He's probably, a glutton for abuse, and he sounds like he wants some more. And I'm pretty sure Derrick Henry will be all in on giving him some more. But we got Sal in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to the Sick Podcast with Sal and the guys, man. Who we getting this week? Tannehill or Tannehill? Hell, we better
That's a good one. That's a good one, Sal. That is a good. I like that one, bro. Well done. That's very nice.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping Tannehill, bro, not Tannehill. I'm using that, Sal. That's well done, bravo, bro.
Right. Every game we gotta give Tannehill time to throw, because if he ain't got time to throw, you're gonna get the Browns game all over again. Make room for Henry to run. Yes, agree with that, man. We gotta tighten up in the comment. Tighten up, Adam. Tighten up to everybody watching tonight, man. D said hopefully our line can open up some holes for the Colts. He said pause too. Hey, I like that pause you put in there, man. Even if you didn't put the pause, I already know how you rock. But we love everybody, though, man. We don't discriminate around here. None of that, man. If you tuning in, watching the show turned up with us, man, you can do whatever you want to do in life. But we got.
But hey,
go ahead,
let's get to the.
we need to get to these predictions. RJ got to get up out of here.
Yeah, all right. So, yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and get to the predictions for this game, man. I'll go ahead, start this thing off, man. Look, y'all, the Titans should most definitely win this ball game. They should win it decisively. But will they win it decisively? I don't know. I'm going to say they won't win it decisively, but I'm not saying they won't win. They won't win it decisively. I think it'll be one of them ugly type games. We're going to be, 5 minutes we're going to be 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We're going to be over here sweating bullets, having heart attack, everything you go through when you watch the Titans play. And I know y'all going to hate me for this, but it's Titan Coliseum Podcast. I got to keep it funky, man. I think he ain't gonna mess around and get us, man. My prediction, I'm gonna say, is 17-13. Indy.
3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row.
All right,
Hey
so
man, I ain't
I'll go
saying
next. I'll
nothing
go next.
else. You already know who I'm rocking with. I ain't saying
So
nothing
yeah,
else.
Okay. Go
yeah.
ahead, RJ. I'll let him be.
I feel good about this week. You know what I'm saying? The Tigers, they had good practice. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing good things on the radio, good vibes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody seems to be happy with getting our shit talking. People they making bets. You know what I'm saying? We're going up to our second home. You know what I'm saying? The Indianapolis Colts, man. And they got a rookie quarterback, so we don't know how this rookie quarterback's gonna do against Mike Vrabel defense. I mean, I think we've done good against running quarterbacks, especially during the Lamar Jackson era. I mean, I didn't say era, but like our times against Lamar Jackson and other running quarterbacks in the past. And I think they're gonna do good. One thing that does scare me about the Colts this week is that they're probably gonna run the ball on us. And I just got a feeling, man. I seen it in the Bengals game, bro. If the Bengals would have kept running the ball, they probably would have had a better day running. And I think what's gonna help them run the ball is the fact that we're gonna be so worried about AR running that it's gonna get these running backs to go off a little bit. And I know we have one of the top run defenses in the league. I know, but man, I seen something in that Bengals game, man, and I know the Colts will see it too, bro. You can run on this team a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it. It ain't like it was before. But I don't know, man. It's been 5 times in a row, man. But I think the Colts get us too, bro. I'm gonna go 24-21 Colts.
We got to keep it funky. You know, this the Titans Coliseum
20.
podcast.
It's
Pounds
too
don't
it's
know
too
that
good to
like
be.
that.
I'm
Hey.
in a Titan fan too long, bro. It's too good to be true, bro. It's too good to be true, bro. We've been if we win this game, we're in the driver's seat, bro. It's too good to be true. I've been a Titan fan for too long, bro. They're gonna
Yeah,
get us, bro.
man.
Watch.
Poundstone,
Okay, I
get
don't
your
see
damn
it.
self
I
together,
don't
man.
see it. I
God
don't
dang,
see it,
man.
bro. I could see if maybe they had some things that's coming upon their ways, but bro, this ain't been a season where Titans have been proven a lot. This is still a Titan season where we've been questioned a lot. It's all season where we've been disrespected a lot. Where we're still was picking last in the damn division over these damn Colts. We ain't forgot that shit. Where nobody was even giving us the damn respect, bro. We know that we still gonna come in here and whoop this ass. I know it's been 5 years or 5 games running, and that's usually we let it go. But this ain't about to happen. EJ Speed been talking shit. Media's been disrespecting us. Nobody wants to say we run the damn South and we the last team. You think we about to go out here and lose against our first divisional matchup so we can hear them talk that shit even more? Nah, we gonna go out here and make this rookie do some mistakes. This defense sucks. We're gonna be able to do what we want to as offense as long as Tim Kelly don't come out here and do some stupid play, bro. This is a game we should win and blow out real quick, bro. I got Titans winning this 35-17, bro. I don't know what y'all got going on, man. But this is a rookie running back with a rookie quarterback with a running back that has turmoil with the GM and the owner, a pass defense
They
that
gonna
couldn't
get us,
catch
man.
COVID in the middle of a pandemic. Okay, I don't know what is going on, but this is the one that Tennessee got to run out and make another staple on, bro. If we
Yeah,
was
the
able to
Colts
pass on that
win, bro. I'm with
Cincy,
him.
the
Yeah,
Colts ain't
man.
winning.
The
Man,
Colts win.
hey, man, listen, y'all. It's been a great show. Another great show, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to us, man. Man, I know y'all see these shirts we got on too. Me, RJ, we got to get Firestone hooked
You gotta
up
give
here
me one.
soon, man. Yeah, gotta get you one, man. We got it in the comments, man. Y'all make sure, yeah, mfka.myshopify.com, man. Go ahead and get y'all some merch, man. Hoodie season coming up. We gonna take care of y'all for that, man. Hey, once again, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, spread the word about the Titans Coliseum podcast, y'all. Hey, RJ, toss me the keys, brother. We finna ride out. Tighten the fuck up. Let's